Hey everyone, LiveLock here with a weird key. This is going to be a first impressions video. Whenever I do a new class, I usually do a first impressions video just to see how do I feel about it at a high level. Just for some background context, I'll pause this really quick and show the poll that led to this. So it's getting to the point in the expansion where I have my shaman on cruise control in terms of gear and grind stuff. So I asked the YouTube world what would be an alternate spec that I could run with, or an alternate class I can run with, because I'm limited to five options on YouTube. And most people voted in favor of monk and mage, and that made sense to me. Really, what I want is something different than enhance that can do decent AoE damage. So I actually have a monk. My old main was a monk, but for some reason I can't get into it. Like the Windwalker rotation, something about it just doesn't really jive with me. It feels very frantic as well. I tried it a little bit. I ended up not really going forward with it. I went back to mage to see how that would feel. Mage was interesting to me because what I really like is weird specs that do weird damage profiles, and this is like the polar opposite of my enhancement shaman. So I'll play this key, but I like just boosted this guy. He has like 230 item level, something like that, like 190 everything. He's not good, so you're not gonna see anything impressive in this video besides I don't know, maybe some sweet arcane barrages. No, you won't even see that, to be honest. But so far I really like it. Like the thing I like the most about this for this moment in time is that it's completely different than my shaman. Like my shaman is like really consistent, very few damage cooldowns. I never really pop off. I never really, not never actually. I'll post a plague fall pretty soon where I got like 44k DPS on Glabrog, which is like, whoa, you can pop off if the stars align. But Arcane's damage profile is like the polar opposite, right? Like you just go to the moon every 45 seconds, and it's up to you basically to figure out how to not die when that happens. So so when I picked up Mage, I know that the poll made it seem like I was looking for a good AoE spec, and I think it's the case that Arcane is more or less locked to 5 targets, if I understand correctly, because Arcane Barrage hits 5 targets, and that's like all of your damage, and you can Arcane Explosion, and that's just like, I think it's uncapped, but not a lot of damage. So you'd think I would be playing Frost or Fire, and I will try those specs, but Arcane just seems like so weird to me that I really want to play it. It has like this really rigid rotation where you have to just like, you do like 18 stacks of your thing. You do, see, like Rune, Radiant, Touch, Arcane, 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 Arcane Blast. Oh, but then I got targeted. Yeah, okay, so this is the terrible thing. It was good that I tried a key. Like basically my damage just is completely gone because I was targeted with a mechanic and I couldn't stand the mechanic to get my Arcane Blast, my final Arcane Blast, and my Arcane Barrage off. That part is like really unforgiving, it seems so far, as an Arcane Mage. I mean, if this happened in a real key, basically I just have to always be thinking about mechanics. If this was my enhancement shaman, that wouldn't have mattered really at all. Like I might have missed, part of my dogs. Maybe I had double fire dogs with a mastery IQD and I had to bail at the end of it. But honestly, even that, like, it levels out over the course of the entire fight, especially in a fight like this that's so long. Like if I didn't have, like a third of those damage cooldowns, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But here, I can only do damage every 45 seconds. But I'm actually pretty okay with that because it just seems like, in something like Necrotic Wake or yeah, Necrotic Wake, Necropolis. We have on Fortified Weeks those A-bomb Stitchworks guys, and as enhancement shaman, I can do a lot to funnel them down, but I can't just like eliminate them. I can't just like destroy one thing. And it seems like Arcane Mage actually can do that. Like you can just like pick one thing and then completely destroy it with not that much ramp. Like if I was playing this correctly, I should have just been making sure that I actually went into every pull with the 18 stacks, right? So I basically just come in, I press 2 buttons. It'll be Touch of the Magi, and I don't even know my buttons yet. Touch of the Magi and sorry, no, Radiant Spark and Touch of the Magi. And then I just send out 4 Arcane Blasts, and then I do my Arcane Barrage. And it's like, and then after that, like you're just chilling. As Enhancement Shaman, like you gotta always be in there, basically, to be doing all of your damage. But with Arcane Mage, like all of your damage is in such a condensed window that you can just go AFK for like 45 seconds until like your next damage window and not get punished all that much, to be honest. So it's very different, which is what I like about it in relative to Enhance. It's got a completely different damage profile. I can pop off. I can't really pop off with Enhance unless there are some like weird mechanics in the dungeon, like you know, an window in the first boss of Mists, or in this Plaguefall that I alluded to, having the red puddle like scaling really well with haste as enhancement shaman. I guess the downside about Arcane Mage is going to be that I can't actually pop off with that red puddle. So there's like not a lot of dungeon mechanics that make you just go crazy. I know that people used to do a bunch of weird stuff with the Wonder Grow buff and stealing those, but that's such like a contrived situation that I don't think I'll end up like making my team, you know, play around my damage basically, which is what I would be doing if we were to do that. Maybe we could, because I mean you do a lot of damage like that, but it is a lot more difficult to pull that off. But on the other hand, all the other damage amps, like all I do is like 5 seconds of prep work, and then I just, you know, explode. And I'm assuming Arcane Mage is like maybe the second or third best class for the first boss of Mists. I assume that the Venthyr Boomkin would probably be the best class for that. I assume Demo Lock, because it's like overpowered in every other regard, would be like the second one for that. In terms of downside, I think so far, I'm not liking that I'm basically just like a damage turret. Like there's not a lot of utility that I really offer. Like I've got a lot of personal defensives. I've started to get my UI stuff set up for the mage, so I've got like, you know, my basic rotation over here. It's pretty simple, to be honest, in terms of like, you know, rotational complexity. I only have like 5 abilities I feel compelled to really track. I have a lot of defensives, like the Alter Time. I'm kind of treating it mentally like I treat the Monk Transcendence ability. That's why it's in the same spot over here for me. So those are cool. You get a lot of like personal things you can do for yourself, but like I have no stuns at all. So like on Gambit, I can't even help. Ooh, arcane, whatever that is, the orb goes so far. It's crazy. I definitely like pull things like that all the time by mistake. But I can't actually help at all with like stopping fish sticks, for example. Like I basically only serve to decurse. That's like some utility, and we can occasionally root. And I'm thinking about maybe changing the talents up a bit to go like Ring of Frost, because at least that could be like an AoE stop or an AoE interrupt, whereas I don't really feel the need to have the 50% movement buff on Barrage just yet. I don't know. I mean, I just picked basically the, you know, the normal thing that people play based on the Wowhead talents, and that was recommended. I don't think that's really necessary. I don't even like going with the clear casting one that lets you move while channeling evocation, because I haven't, like you've seen in this video, like I don't have any mana problems. Maybe I'm not doing it right, but I haven't had really any mana problems yet, and I feel like I have a lot of movement speed problems. Like I'm really slow. I have no speed buffs whatsoever outside of like my invisibility 20% buff. So I might just opt for Shimmer. I don't know why people aren't doing that. Yeah, at this point, I'm in like, it's like the honeymoon phase of a new spec. Like I have lots of questions. I don't have any answers. That's the exciting part for me. I like being in this phase right now where I can just like experiment a lot, try to get an understanding of it. I think my personal goal for this will be, you know, for the next couple of weeks, I'll just, you know, get 4 slots of dungeon items on him. Here we basically just got our Warlock to run us through the Gambit. Oh, this is my other teammate. Mithrax is the rogue that I typically run with, and Key is running Survival Hunter. So we're both, you know, basically like changing it up at this moment to see, like, I don't know. It's fun. I guess there's no reason that we're doing it. We just want to do it. Yeah, so I want to get to the point where I can make another Mega Guide with him, and I think get to the point where I can get all of his portals. I mean, that would be a good first step. I mean, yeah, why not? Like, why not go as high as I can go? It's very different from what I have right now. It's very different from every other character that I've played so far in Shadowlands in terms of damage profiles. It seems really cool, like really niche and specific. Like you can be really powerful, or you can just like blow it and just suck really, really hard, which probably happens a lot in the. It's gonna happen all the time in the gearing phase, but I don't know. That's the fun part. So I think. Oh yeah, here's my overall for that boss. Big overall. I was just checking to see what were the major parts of my my 7.3k overall on that boss. Uh, I know. Like I said, it's not AOE, but I'll stick with it because it's so weird and I like it, and we'll just see how it goes. I'm not gonna bother, I guess, like letting the video play through because there's nothing interesting that anyone would ever see from this point on in the video. Just it's really about like my thoughts on. Oh, I guess the last thing I'll say is I'm pretty sure I'm giving up on Shadow Priest. Like every time I go back to try to play it, it's just I don't know. I used to like it a lot when we had the 9.1.5 loadout, which was no Shadow Flame Prism. To me, Shadow Flame Prism really complicates the rotation in a really awkward way that doesn't feel satisfying at all. And that combined with the tier set makes AoE rotation for Shadow Priest in Mythic Plus like so like cumbersome and clunky. I just hate it. Like there's like no good feeling things about it. Like you're always sacrificing either like hungering void benefits or your void bolt procs or mind blast charges or something because there are so many things to do at once. Like I don't know. It doesn't. Nothing about the spec at this moment just feels compelling to me. So I think I'm gonna drop it. I'll keep on like doing vault stuff on it, but it's not speaking to me like this is right now. But Enhance is definitely still my priority. Like it's still really really fun. Enhance is good. I'll be posting like another video of Enhance right now actually. But let me know how you feel. I know I didn't go exactly with the community poll results, but I went with the runner-up, and I guess I didn't specify specs, so hopefully people are interested in Arcane Mage content, because I'll be putting out a little bit of it as I get, to a level where I can actually say something, worth saying. But yeah, let me know. See you next one.